Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. Bill O'Leary coming to you live on this Thirsty Thursday. It's been a few weeks. I've taken a little time off, but I'm back in the saddle ready to go. And so I'm going live on this Thursday. It's part of, if you're new to this, a series where every week I go live. It's called our Thirsty Thursday series. So if you're thirsting for knowledge, we will quench your thirst. You've come to the right place. So the topic I want to talk about has to do with spendthrift trust. Do you need a spendthrift trust? Kind of a tongue twister, spendthrift. Well, let me sort of give an overview. We are currently seeing and experiencing a historic transfer of wealth from one generation to the next. According to a recent study and data that's come out, $30 trillion will be transferred in the coming years, with the average inheritance being $69,000, $70,000, and the average inheritance going into a trust in the amount of $285,000. So most people leave an inheritance. Why? Well, to provide a legacy for loved ones. But studies show that a lot in the next generation who receive an inheritance end up squandering it, spending it more quickly than their deceased loved one would have hoped for. In fact, studies show that a third of those who received an inheritance spent it all within 2 years and ended up with nothing to show for it. So that's where a spendthrift trust comes in. Creating a spendthrift trust for your loved ones can limit the spending of the trust assets and protect your legacy. Now, with this kind of trust, yes, it may somewhat restrict your loved ones and their access to the money, but it can provide them greater financial security in the long run. So let's drill down. What exactly is a spendthrift trust? Well, it's sort of a way to protect your beneficiaries who may need help managing their finances responsibly. You see, the trust preserves, if you will, the beneficiary's inheritance for use over an extended period of time. And a spendthrift trust works by giving the trustee, the person in charge of the trust, giving the trustee, instead of the beneficiary, the power to make financial decisions. The trustee manages the trust assets and distributes the trust monies to the beneficiary for their needs and support. Now, the legal terms of the trust, they lay out the trustee's discretion in making these distributions, and you can set it up to give them limited discretion or give them more flexibility. The person setting up the trust, they may also leave the timing and the amount of distributions up to the trustee in their sole discretion, or they can establish a fixed schedule. Now, these restrictions prevent the beneficiary, again, from squandering the assets. An essential sort of legal feature of the spendthrift trust is what's known as the spendthrift legal clause. And this legal verbiage, it protects the assets of the trust. So under this special kind of clause, if the beneficiary, let's say, has unpaid bills or unpaid debts, you see that their creditors cannot get at the trust assets. So I think a fair question then would be, okay, well, why would someone set up a spendthrift trust? The answer is simple. You may want to provide for your loved one for sure, but you have some concerns about how they will use the money, or maybe you're concerned about their tendency to get into financial trouble. This is where a spendthrift trust can be a great solution. So what kinds of beneficiaries can benefit from a spendthrift trust? Number one, children. Parents a lot of times have concerns about how their children, minors, or even young adults will use an inheritance. Minors typically need more life experience under their belt to make independent financial decisions. That's fairly obvious. Some parents may want to provide for college-age children, but worry about giving them full access to the funds. And so here, parents can determine when their children receive the funds, like maybe when a child reaches a certain age. Somebody else who may benefit from a spendthrift trust are people who are not good with money. So some adults struggle with financial planning and impulse control. For these people, spendthrift trust can provide a steady source of support so that it's going to last for a long period of time. How about vulnerable adults? So People who are susceptible to external influences that threaten their financial well-being, they can benefit from the security and the structure, if you will, of a spendthrift trust. If your loved one, let's say, has been taken advantage of before, you might worry that they may be exposed to that improper influence again. Spendthrift trust can protect them. And then finally, those, let's say, with addiction disorders. So a spendthrift trust can prevent a beneficiary from depleting or exhausting the trust fund to support an addiction to things like gambling, drugs, compulsive spending, or things like that. So what's the bottom line? Bottom line, a spendthrift trust can do a number of good things. Number one, it can shield assets from your loved one's creditors and potential lawsuits. Two, provide your loved one with a steady stream of income without giving them the chance to use up the trust by overspending. This can be especially helpful, by the way, if you have concerns about your loved one's ability to make money independently. And finally, preserve generational wealth and prevent your loved ones from blowing a significant portion of your inheritance. So, hey, if you'd like to know just a little bit more about spendthrift trusts, maybe whether they make sense for you, and you want to find out how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we invite you to schedule a free 15-minute phone call that we call our Discovery Call. And the scheduling is very easy. Just go to our website, legacyplanninglawgroup.com. You'll see a book your free call. I believe it's blue. Click on it. Takes you to a booking calendar. Pick the day and time that works for you. It's a chance for basically us to tell you if we can help you. By the way, that call is complimentary. If you have liked this video, we'd ask that you like it, better yet, share it, and hey, subscribe to our growing YouTube channel, Legacy Planning Law Group. So I hope you've enjoyed this talk about spendthrift trust. I'm going to give another talk, God willing, next Thursday at about the same time. Again, part of our Thirsty Thursday series. So if you're thirsting for knowledge, we will quench your thirst. So this is Bill O'Leary signing off for now. Have a great weekend. Make it a great day. And better yet, if you can, make it a better world.